Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here today. Today, we're diving into 8 steps to realizing your full potential. This presentation will explore practical ways to unlock the best version of yourself and make the most of your life. We'll cover key strategies to help you become more decisive, committed, and ultimately, more fulfilled. So, let's get started and embark on this journey to your full potential. Let's talk about the journey to mastery. So, the first thing to ask yourself is, what do you actually want to master? This fundamental question is crucial because it sets the direction for everything that follows. When you have clarity on what you want to master, it can bring a real sense of pride and confidence as you progress. But remember, mastery doesn't happen by chance. It requires a systematic approach and, equally important, unwavering commitment. Now, to get started, the first step is self-assessment. This means understanding your strengths, what you're naturally good at, and recognizing your weaknesses, the areas where you can improve. Knowing where you stand gives you a clear baseline to work from. Next, we move to passion discovery. It's vital to identify what truly motivates you, that spark that keeps you going even when the journey gets tough. When you're passionate about what you're pursuing, the process becomes much more enjoyable and sustainable. Then there's goal setting. Defining what mastery means to you personally is key. Are you aiming for a certain skill level, recognition, or mastery in a specific area? Clarifying your goals helps you stay focused and measure your progress effectively. Finally, commitment is the cornerstone. Dedicate yourself fully to this journey. Mastery isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term commitment that requires consistent effort. When you align these steps, self-assessment, discovering your passion, setting clear goals, and maintaining unwavering commitment, you create a solid foundation for your path to mastery. Let's start with step 1, assess your strengths. Your greatest potential truly lies in one or more of your strengths. Understanding what these strengths are is crucial, because they serve as the foundation for your growth and success. Most strengths are versatile and can be applied to a variety of endeavors, whether personal or professional, simply by adopting a focused approach. The key here is to identify and leverage what you're naturally good at, because that's where you'll find the most room for development and achievement. By recognizing and applying your strengths intentionally, you're setting yourself up for more effective progress overall. Let's talk about identifying your natural abilities. Think about what you're better at than nearly everyone you know. This helps you recognize the skills that come easily to you and that others often seek your help or advice with. Consider what has always felt effortless for you, tasks or activities that seem to flow naturally, while others might struggle. These are clues to your innate strengths. Now, reflect on what you're best at, your top talents and abilities that consistently lead to excellent results. By understanding these core strengths, you can better align your career choices and personal growth efforts with what you naturally excel at. Remember, recognizing these abilities is a key step in unlocking your full potential and building confidence in your unique contributions. All right, now that we've looked at our strengths, it's equally important to assess our weaknesses. This means taking an honest look at the areas where we might not perform as well. While it's true that we should work on improving these weaknesses over time, there are times, especially when deadlines are tight or the stakes are high, when relying on them can actually hurt us. Think of it this way: depending too much on your weaknesses increases the risk of failure. So, understanding what they are allows you to develop strategies to minimize their impact during critical moments. Remember, the goal is to leverage your strengths and be aware of your weaknesses, so you can navigate challenges more effectively. This step is all about being strategic and smart with how you prepare and execute. Let's talk about step 3. What do you like? It's important to remember that success isn't just about putting in effort and developing skills. It's also about dedicating enough time to what you're passionate about. When you genuinely enjoy what you're doing, putting in that time feels less like a chore and more like a rewarding experience. Now, let's consider the enjoyment factor. You might have incredible potential, say, to be the world's greatest golfer. But if you can't stand the game, if it doesn't bring you joy, then you'll likely never reach that potential. And honestly, you probably wouldn't want to pursue it in the first place. So, think about what activities make you lose track of time. What do you do that makes you forget about everything else? Identifying these passions is key, because they can guide you toward a more fulfilling and successful path. All right, now that we've identified our strengths, weaknesses, and what we enjoy, it's time to focus on what we truly want to accomplish. This is a crucial step because, without a clear goal in mind, it's difficult to make meaningful progress. Think of it like setting a destination before starting a journey. Everything we do moving forward hinges on this decision. It's the foundation that guides our actions, choices, and efforts. So, take a moment to really consider what mastery means for you. What skills or areas do you want to develop? Remember, making this decision is about aligning your goals with your passions and strengths, ensuring that your path is both purposeful and motivating. This step is essential because it shapes the direction of your growth and success. Let's talk about defining your mastery. It's important to consider how you will measure success in your journey. How will you know you've achieved your goals? For example, athletic excellence might mean driving a golf ball 300 yards 9 times out of 10. That's a clear, measurable target that shows consistent performance. In the realm of musical mastery, it could be playing a specific piece flawlessly on the piano. The key here is precision and consistency, being able to execute perfectly under different circumstances. When it comes to financial success, a tangible measure might be earning $1 million in a year through your expertise. It's a concrete milestone that can really keep you motivated. Overall, the idea is to set clear, measurable benchmarks that reflect true mastery in your chosen field. These markers help you stay focused and gauge your progress, aligning perfectly with the broader theme of creating intentional and meaningful achievement. Step 5 is all about avoiding distractions. Distractions are really the enemy when it comes to making progress. We all have things we enjoy doing, those little activities that might seem harmless or even fun. But the truth is, many of these activities only give us temporary amusement and don't actually help us move forward toward our goals. So, it's important to recognize what distractions might be pulling us away from our main focus. By minimizing or eliminating these distractions, we can stay more committed and efficient. Remember, staying focused is key to achieving the success we're aiming for. This step ties directly into the overall theme of the presentation, being intentional with our time and energy. When we avoid distractions, we're better able to stay on track and make consistent progress. So, let's be mindful of what pulls our attention away and take steps to stay focused on what truly matters. All right, let's talk about confronting your distractions. The first step is to make a list. Think about what your biggest distractions are: social media, TV shows, games, or other activities that tend to take up a lot of your time. Identifying these helps you become aware of what's pulling you away from your goals. Next, assess your willingness. How open are you to avoiding these distractions? Are you ready to cut back or set boundaries? This is a crucial step because your willingness really indicates how successful you might be in changing these habits. Finally, create boundaries. Set clear limits for yourself, like specific times when you allow yourself to check social media or watch TV. And then, stick to those limits. Trust me, your future self will thank you for the effort you put in now. These boundaries help you regain control and stay focused on what truly matters. Remember, tackling distractions is all about mindful choices and consistent effort. All right, let's talk about step 6. Find a mentor. You can't reach your ultimate potential without some guidance along the way. Whether you call them a mentor, coach, advisor, or any other title, having someone to support you makes a huge difference. A good mentor can really shave years off your learning curve because they've already navigated many of the challenges you're about to face. They can also help you avoid some of the mistakes that are almost inevitable when you're going it alone. Remember, no one succeeds in isolation, and connecting with someone more experienced accelerates your growth and helps you stay focused on your goals. So, don't hesitate to seek out that guidance. It's one of the smartest moves you can make on your journey to success. When it comes to seeking guidance, finding the right mentor can make a huge difference in your journey. I encourage you to identify the best people in your field and don't hesitate to make contact. Remember, many experts are actually quite willing to share their knowledge with dedicated learners, so reaching out is often worth it. At the very least, you can start by reading books written by these experts. Your local library can be a treasure trove of wisdom and mentorship through the written word. Additionally, researching industry leaders helps you understand who the key figures are and what they've contributed. Attending conferences and industry events is another great way to connect and learn firsthand. Joining professional associations can also expand your network and expose you to valuable resources. And of course, reading extensively, whether articles, journals, or books, keeps you informed and inspired. All of these steps tie back to the overall theme of proactive learning and growth. Seeking guidance is about being intentional and open to learning from those who have already paved the way. Step 7 is all about the power of true commitment. Have you ever really committed yourself to something? Well, now could be the perfect moment to do just that. When we talk about self-development, it's about more than just a casual interest. It's about committing to continuous learning and constantly improving our skills. Remember, growth doesn't happen by accident, it requires dedication. And that brings us to obstacle navigation. Challenges are inevitable, but instead of seeing them as setbacks, we should view them as opportunities for growth. Every obstacle is a chance to learn something new and build resilience. Then there's the importance of time investment. Achieving mastery doesn't happen overnight. It takes dedicating the necessary hours, consistently, to see real progress. All these points connect to our overall theme. Real success comes from unwavering commitment. When you truly commit, you unlock your potential and turn challenges into stepping stones. So, I encourage you to reflect on what you're willing to fully commit to today. All right, let's move on to step 8. Focus on improvement. This step emphasizes the importance of seeking small, regular improvements. It's all about consistent progress, because that's really the key to mastering any skill. Remember, mastery doesn't usually happen overnight. It can take years, even decades. So, by committing to steady, incremental growth, you build a strong foundation that leads to long-term success. This idea ties back to the overall theme. Perseverance and continuous effort are what truly make a difference. So, stay patient, stay persistent, and keep aiming for those small improvements every day. Let's take a look at the path of consistent progress. This slide highlights how small, steady steps can lead to big results over time. First, we have daily practice. Consistently engaging in small actions each day might seem minor, but over time, these actions build up and create a strong foundation for success. It's about making progress daily, even if it's just a little. Next, weekly goals help us stay motivated. Setting achievable targets each week keeps us focused and gives us a sense of accomplishment as we move forward. It's important to break down our larger goals into manageable chunks. Then, we come to monthly reviews. Regularly assessing our progress allows us to see what's working and what might need adjusting. It keeps us on track and ensures we're heading in the right direction. Finally, yearly milestones are about celebrating our major achievements along the way. Recognizing these big wins keeps us inspired and reminds us of how far we've come. Overall, this approach shows how consistent effort, combined with regular check-ins and celebrations, creates a powerful path toward success. Managing expectations is such a crucial part of our journey. If we set our sights on perfection every single day, we're almost guaranteed to feel disappointed. Perfection is a tall order and often unrealistic. Instead, I encourage you to focus on weekly progress. That's a much more attainable goal that can help keep you motivated and moving forward. Remember, it's about consistent improvement over time, not instantaneous perfection. By managing our expectations this way, we stay engaged and avoid unnecessary frustration. This approach ties directly into our overall theme of sustainable growth and maintaining a positive mindset throughout the process. Now let's talk about the cost and reward of mastery. First, the sacrifice. Achieving mastery in anything requires some level of sacrifice because it means dedicating time and energy that might otherwise be spent on other pursuits. It's a trade-off, spending less time on leisure, social activities, or even other interests. But here, the key point. That sacrifice is often necessary to reach a higher level of skill or expertise. On the flip side, the reward makes that sacrifice worthwhile. Most people find that the pride and confidence gained from mastering a skill are truly invaluable. When you see tangible progress and realize your capability, it fuels motivation and builds self-esteem. So, while the path to mastery demands effort and compromise, the sense of achievement and personal growth you gain makes it all worthwhile. This balance between sacrifice and reward is really at the heart of why mastery is such a powerful goal, fitting perfectly into our overall theme of personal development and continuous improvement. Your mastery journey starts now. This is the moment to really think about what interests you. What do you want to know inside and out? It's important to move beyond just wondering and start taking action today. First, I encourage you to discover your strengths and passions. Understanding what truly excites you and where your talents lie is the foundation of mastery. Next, you want to define clear mastery goals. Having specific objectives keeps you focused and motivated on your path. Connecting with mentors and guides is crucial. They can offer valuable insights, support, and accountability along the way. And remember, progress comes through consistent improvement. Small, steady steps lead to big mastery over time. This slide ties into the overall theme of taking intentional action. Your journey begins now, and every step you take builds toward becoming truly proficient and confident in your chosen area. So, as we come to the final slide, I want to leave you with a powerful thought. What will you choose to master? The choice is really yours. The path to achieving that mastery is clear, and now it's up to you to decide what you want to focus on. Remember, mastering something, whether it's a skill, a mindset, or a goal, can bring you a new level of pride and confidence that you may not have experienced before. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today, because those decisions shape who you become. So, think about what truly matters to you and what you want to accomplish. The journey to mastery is within your reach, and the impact it can have on your life is truly significant.